Good afternoon and welcome. We appreciate everyone in attendance to celebrate our 2019 recruiting class. We're truly excited as a staff to welcome these young men and their families to our football program. It's truly an exciting beginning. The young men and their family that decided to choose Bowling Green are like-minded people that believe in our core values of our football program. These men want to graduate. They believe in our philosophy of developing men on and off the football field, and they want to contribute and help our program win. We as a program are extremely excited to welcome these 20 young men that are beginning the future of our program. First and foremost, I'd like to thank President Rogers, Athletic Director Bob Moosbrugger, Senior Associate Kit Hughes, and the entire HR department for the work in hiring such a quality staff in a short period of time. Without their hard work, we would not have been able to hire these coaches in such a fast manner to be able to sign this great class. Next, I'd like to thank our staff for their ability to make quick evaluations and establish relationships with the prospects and their parents. The process normally takes a year to establish to be able to recruit a kid properly. Our staff was able to do that in roughly 8 weeks. I'd like to give a special thank you to Dan Pfeiffer, our recruiting coordinator, our Director of Football Operation, Liv Passy, and our football staff administrator, Shelly Sweinberger. Their organization over these last 2 months have been absolutely remarkable. I'd like to begin and also thank our support staff, Marisha Tassenberg in charge of our football academic support, Danny Kopis, our trainer, Tommy Rapier, our equipment manager, and of course our head strength and conditioning coach, Kevin Tolbert, who was instrumental in helping recruit these 20 student athletes. I'd like to thank our academic faculty for taking the time out of their weekends to educate our prospects on our wonderful academic programs here at Bowling Green State University. I'd like to make a personal thank to Mr. Bowling Green himself, Mr. Van Wright, for his tremendous passionate talks to our 2019 recruits and their families. Your enthusiasm, Van, is contagious, and we appreciate every single thing about you. I'd like to thank our business community for welcoming us into your restaurants and welcoming us into your hotels. Your hospitality at Bowling Green was top-notch, and we appreciate you greatly. I'd like to thank our donors for the generous helping to our recruiting budget to allow our staff do what we do. You're an instrumental piece of our puzzle, and we appreciate everything that you do for our program. I'd like to thank the high school football coaches. Our philosophy is to recruit the 4-hour radius as hard as anyone in the country. We found over these last 8 weeks, as expected, your professionalism, your friendship is greatly appreciated, and we appreciate everything that you do here for Bowling Green. Last but not least, and most importantly, I'd like to thank our players. Without you hosting our prospects and their families, we're not able to sell our culture and what our vision is in this program without your help. You were instrumental in helping us recruit these 20 athletes, and we thank you greatly. With all of that, I'll open up this for questions. Well, just like I said, normally in the recruiting process, you got a year to explain your vision to every single student athlete and his family. And we had to do it awfully quick, especially with the early signing date. I think we had roughly 3 weeks to establish relationships with those players and parents. My hat's off to the staff. We've hired true professionals in every aspect of the word. They're not only great coaches, they love the game, but they're great men. And what was remarkable is the 2 recruiting weekends that we had, every single prospect and their families, regardless if they came to Bowling Green or not, knew that our staff was special. They were different. And being able to have the staff that we have and being able to have Bob and Kit give us the opportunity to hire those guys so quickly, that was a huge key ingredient in us being able to sign as many guys as we did. we don't want to. Every single year we want to bring a quarterback into the program. However, that guy is the $65 million CEO. And the previous job that I had a relationship with a kid for a long time that committed to us very early. So I didn't know the market, and I didn't know the kids as well, inside and out, and we wanted to make sure that we were making a great business decision and just not taking a quarterback to take a quarterback. Obviously, from here on out, in every class we will have a quarterback. That's essential to any football program. But having such the short window that we had, we weren't able to find the CEO that we were looking for at the time.
You have some walk-on guys from Northwest Ohio, and we've talked before about how vital your backyard is to this team. What do you see in some of those walk-on guys? Like I was at Max Denman's thing. He said, Coach said it's going to be tough, but I'm ready for the ride. What do these Northwest Ohio walk-ons mean to you?
They're essential to our football program. Right now, we thought it was critically important that we establish great relationships with the coaches in the state of Ohio and really establish a foundation and a great walk-on program. I thought our staff did a wonderful job. I think we have over 20 guys that are walking on. I think it's close to 30. And I think it's a critical component to any football team. You need depth, and it just goes by the numbers alone. And those 25 guys roughly, you're going to find 5 or 6 guys that we know that are going to contribute and help our team immediately on the football field. So we're going to have that walk-on program, and we're going to attack that on a yearly basis.
Kind of along those same lines, sort of. The emphasis, I mean, I know like 4 hours, your radius, the whole deal, but, you know, recruiting these guys from Northwest Ohio, like truly your neighbors. I mean, what is it about that emphasis of, you know, at least starting here with going after those guys, you know, from, you know, your truly your backyard?
Yeah, Ohio and Michigan, which Michigan is,
well, specific to Northwest Ohio.
Yeah, Northwest Ohio, Toledo, this area of the country, they play great football. And I think it's extremely important that we have the student athletes that are close by that want to be here at Bowling Green. They understand the rivalry between Toledo and Bowling Green. And we want to do a great job, and we're going to emphasize every year trying to take the best local talent to help our football team. And obviously with that, you know, the interest in Northwest Ohio, whenever you're able to establish those relationships, bring those kids into your program, it's really important to fill our stadium then. Those people want to come and watch those local area kids play for our team.
I know it's a whirlwind, you know, with you starting and getting to this date, but is there something different about football in Northwest Ohio versus elsewhere that, you know, kind of piques your interest about, you know, some of these guys?
Yeah, and just like I said, I think they've always played great football here. If you did a study and found that all the Division I players that came out of this area, it's awesome, and we want to make sure that those Division I players are here at Bowling Green.
Because of the accelerated time frame, Coach, were you able to evaluate needs or perceive needs for this program when you were taking up recruiting, or were you just looking for not so much position players, but the best athletes you could get?
We obviously are trying to always fulfill needs, and you know, with the 85 scholarship, there's always a select number of running backs that you're going to take, a select number of offensive linemen. You want to make sure that you keep your numbers correct. Obviously, in this class, if you look, it's a high emphasis on defense, and obviously next year with the numbers changing, it'll be more of a high emphasis on offense.
I think we're able to make relationships in the past 8 weeks that are hopefully going to pay dividends moving forward soon.
Absolutely. The relationship business has been for not just these last 8 weeks, the relationship business has been for the last 22 years. Being able to recruit this area of the country for as long as we were able to recruit this area of the country. We've got a ton of Midwest guys on our staff. It's amazing the coaches in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Indiana, and Illinois that want to see us succeed just by the pure fact of relationships that have been established over many decades, to be quite honest with you.
The number of tight ends you guys bring in, obviously, you guys probably utilize. How important is the tight end in your style of football?
Well, the philosophy always is going to be we're always going to play our best football players, and We can be in a 2 tight end system. We could be in a 3 tight end system. We could be in a 5 wide receiver system. We can be in a 4 wide receiver system. The offense is extremely flexible, and we're going to make sure that we are always putting our best football players on the field to give us the best success.
Talk about brand real quick, Coach, if you can. Obviously, with the success, the history of the success in this program, and with the struggles in the last few years, what are you and your coaches hearing out there when you were out the last 8 weeks? There's still a lot of folks interested in coming and being a part of the Falcon football program.
They're absolutely ecstatic to see us. The alumni and the amount of BG alum that are out there, there wasn't a school I don't think that I was in that I didn't run into someone that graduated from Bowling Green. They want to help us. The state wants to help us. The high school coaches want to help us. And they're ecstatic to see our faces. I think we did a great job, particularly in the month of January, of establishing and reestablishing a bunch of relationships in this state. And that will continue. We're going to recruit Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Indiana like no other.
With Carl leaving, where are you guys at in the replacement guy?
Yeah, we're going to let the dust settle here after signing date. There's a lot of NFL movement. There's a lot of college movement. We wanted to make sure that we're doing our due justice and evaluating every possible scenario that could better our football team, and that'll be in a theater near you.
Thank you all. For
Thank you
coming
so
out.
much. Thank you.